Building a following is the most essential part of establishing a business's social media presence. Of course, in order to get people to follow you, you need to post interesting and engaging content. And it may take you a while to get an audience, but there are few things you can do to help build up that following. We'll walk you through a set of tips using one of our example businesses, Calla and Ivy. Calla and Ivy is a flower shop based out of Amsterdam. It's predominantly web-based and uses its physical storefront as a showroom. Imra, the owner of Calla and Ivy, wants to use social media to grow her business. Here's 5 steps she can take to establish her following. The first thing Imra should do is turn her personal social media following into a professional one. When you start your business presence, you need to let people know about it. Starting with your friends will help you to get the initial word out. Facebook gives you the option to invite your friends and family to follow when you start a business page. Imra should do this and ask her close friends to advertise for Calla and Ivy too. Once your friends and family follow, the next step is to start posting valuable content. Posting valuable content is a great way to grow your following from friends to strangers. If you post useful videos and articles, your followers may be more likely to share them. That way, you get more exposure, and there's a chance people who see your posts start following you too. For Calla and Ivy, that could be a video that teaches people how to take flowers and press them into bookmarks, for instance. Imra could also teach people 7 easy steps to keep your plants alive, among other flower-relevant content. Hashtags are a great way to connect with potential customers. They connect social media posts by topic and aggregate them under a single word. Calla and Ivy should use hashtag flower, flowerstagram, flower photography and other popular hashtags like that, with millions of posts underneath them to expose their business to a wider audience. Then, when people search for these topics, Calla and Ivy's posts may come up and people who see them may decide to follow. Using @mentions allows you to tag other users. When you tag another user, they will be notified and they will see your post. That may prompt them to share your post, and it does expose your post to the audience of the person or business you tagged. Calla and Ivy should @mention anyone who buys or posts about their flowers, so those people can share Calla and Ivy to their friends list too. And you can get creative with @mentions. For instance, Calla and Ivy could post a small table arrangement with a coffee and a croissant and mention the bakery where they bought the croissants. Something like, enjoying some coffee and croissants time with @Molenbakker Deliciousness. With a bit of luck, the bakery, Molenbakker, will share the posts with its audience. Social media influencers are people who have large followings and will advertise your business for you. They start at minimum 2,000 followers and usually charge for their services. You can find the right influencers for you using software like Social Baker or Tagger, for instance. Influencer Kira Madison advertised Wooden Shoe Tulip Farm to an audience of over 10,000 viewers. Calla and Ivy could find someone like this to talk about their flowers, which would give them a lot of exposure. Sometimes, smaller influencers will plug products they receive for free, so it may be worth it to send some free flowers to a few socialites in the hopes that they will post the bouquets on Instagram and mention Calla and Ivy. Or they could send free or reduced rate flowers to heavily photographed events like weddings in exchange for @mentions on wedding social media posts. Finally, you can use advertising to increase your following. And all good ads start with a good story. For Calla and Ivy, that means telling their founder Imra's story with an introductory video and Instagram post. Imra loved to pick flowers during long hikes as a child. She'd braid them into crowns using Calla's, her favorite flower, and ivy. She later went to art school and decided she wanted to arrange flowers professionally. Thus, Calla and Ivy was born. Imra's passion is authentic and makes for a great first advertising campaign. It's a great way to introduce Calla and Ivy to social media. It also grows your audience by getting people emotionally invested in your brand story. Building a following isn't always fast, but if you follow these steps and use tools like friend invitations, hashtags, mentions, influencers, and advertising campaigns, you'll be off to a great start.